It's time for the bottom line, right? That's it.
Bottom line.
That's it. Terrible twos,
Bottom
as the
line.
French say. Bottom line.
Bottom line,
Here we
as
go.
everyone else says.
Here we go. Final two questions of the podcast, and the most important, obviously. Michael Kenyon Rosenberg. Question number one is, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give the first episode of Squid Game? Red light, green light.
Red light, green light. So I would give this a green light, and I would say that they should go make it. And I think that it's good that it got made. I like that Netflix, at least, is looking at less known filmmakers and giving them a chance. That gives all of us hope that something we make can get on Netflix and get distributed around the world. And based on this first episode, I would give this first episode a 7.5 at the risk of proving both of you right. 7.5.
Risk it. You're a gambler. Risk it.
Risk it.
All right. Very nice.
Kelly,
craps. Kelly,
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this first episode of Squidward Billy's Game?
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this episode a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
No, I give it a do not like. Didn't like it. I know. Kill me again. Unpopular opinion. I love that. I will definitely, till the cows come home, I will definitely say I'm so happy that Netflix is giving. I mean, all these people. I mean, people have some good work behind their hard work and all this good stuff out there. It's just they don't get to see it because they don't have a name or a bunch of credits and blah 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 blah. So I'm so glad. I give it the green light for the production. I just didn't like it. I don't. The first half hour was what my eyes were starting to bleed a little, or maybe my ears. I don't know. I just.
I'm not touching that one.
But then what I gave it a 3 is that I really liked that last 20, 15, 10, 15 minutes. I mean, the red light, green light, I was on my seat. I was on the edge, the edge of my couch. My wiener dog was slipping off me, and I was like, Emrys. So, I mean, so I would definitely give it, a few points there, because I was like, the ending's pretty solid. And at the end, as soon as it went to credits, I went, oh. So, yep. Okay, that's my.
Good.
So you're basically giving it a point for like each 10 minutes that you were invested in the show.
A point for each 3 minutes.
Yes. Okay. Brutally honest, which is what we do here, everybody.
That's what we love. Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do. On a scale of 1 to 10, all things being equal, I'm going to give it I'm teetering between a 9 and a 9.2. Psych. That's an 80s thing, which is where this show belongs. 80s, right?
You're giving it an 80? Is that even a score that we give?
No. Look, I'm going to give the same caveat everybody else did. I want to encourage this kind of stuff, and Netflix has been doing this for a while. 2-3 years ago, I was always watching like comedy specials on Netflix, and then suddenly I would be like, oh, this looks funny, and I'd play it, and it was in a different language. And I'd play another one. It was in a different language. And so I was like, oh, that sucks for me because I'm not going to read subtitles for a stand-up comedy show. I am not, right. That is not going to work for me. I tried, but it's great for those people. And so similar feeling, great for these people. Keep it up, Netflix, and keep it up, everybody that's dreaming to dream and is tired of 7 people in LA having all the movies and having all the fun. Personally, for me, objectively speaking, I'm saying this honestly, like objectively speaking, I think this is a 4. I don't think this first episode was very good. I think I think people really like the novel idea of it, which isn't really novel because it's been done before, but it's a fun idea. It's a cool idea. It's a fun idea. It's something. When I was watching it, well, the second half, the first half, I was like, nobody would like this. But when I was watching the second half, I was like, oh, wow, 12-year-old Ryan, I could picture all the boys in middle school saying, you got to watch Squid Game. I've watched it 4 times. I watched it 7 times. Oh, yeah, well, and they're like Super Lemons and Pogs, like things that are just like the it thing for 12-year-old boys, right? But I'm not that, I'm like twice that age now. And so, right, if I saw when I was 12, I'd probably get caught up in it. Right now, in my opinion, I think it's a 4, but that's just on a scale of 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 100, it's a 40. Anyway, the point is, question number 2. Ooh, and if it was a wand, it would be like 5,000. So, question number 2, for the purposes of this podcast, we all had to watch the first episode of Squid Game. But now that the podcast is over and we're free to move about the internet, I almost said country, free to move about the internet. Michael
We're also
Kenyon
free
Rosenberg,
to move around the country.
Airports are having problems right now.
Well, you can drive.
Yes. Michael Kenyon Rosenberg, would you watch the second episode of your own volition?
I love dystopian science fiction stories. Like when I mentioned the story The Long Walk by Stephen King under the pseudonym of Richard Bachman, that story stuck with me for a long time, and I've always loved that story. I should probably go back and read it sometime because I read it like a long time ago when I was a preteen and I was getting into Stephen King a lot. I love the Hunger Games. I love all these stories of like a messed up future where the rich people have all the power, like, kind of what we talked about in Altered Carbon, where like, these rich people have all the power and then these poor suckers are just like pawns in their Squid Games. And but like Altered Carbon, maybe that's a bad segue, but like Altered Carbon, I would not watch the second. Like this story, I feel like I think it's a good story. I love the setting. I love that they're giving people chances. But what I don't love is this kind of like gross out horror gore stuff, which seems like where the show is going.
That's the best part.
Yeah, but I just don't care about that. I know Ryan loves that stuff. He loves like Devil's Rejects. He loves watching people get murdered and stuff like that. I'm a pretty empathetic person, and I don't really enjoy watching that, which is weird because I really liked Hunger Games, but I don't know. But maybe because that's like so removed in the future. Like this seems like it's like present day and could be happening on an island somewhere in the middle of the Pacific somewhere. But yeah, so because I'm not into that kind of like gross out stuff, I would not watch the second episode. My wife may, because she loves like zombie stuff. She loves like zombie gore and like that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I might have to watch it if she wants to watch it. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm glad I did not watch this last night because it really affected me. And I feel like I would have had nightmares or something if I watched this last night. I watched it this morning.
Those would have been awesome. I love, oh man, that would be so fun. I love that kind of stuff. So I was thinking, Michael, that even when you gave it a 7.5, I was like, I think there's going to be a but in there. I think he's going to say, but I'm not. And with Kelly, I feel like there almost might be a but where like you give it a 3, but that last little bit. I mean, so what do you think, Kelly?
Well,
would you watch
let's wait and see what she says, though, huh?
Well, I'm gonna have to say that would I watch it? You're 100% right, Ryan. That last 10 minutes was the 9.5, that 1 point for each 3 minutes. I'm telling you, at the end I went, oh, And the only reason why I didn't watch the second episode was because I wanted to do this show, this little segment with you guys. I wanted to do it without like having any other like further knowledge of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because I
What a
feel like
pro.
that. Well, kind of. I think for this type of jam actually is better when you don't know more down the line, because then it's like, I don't know. That's just with my vibe on how I do it with you guys now.
Nice.
But yes, I absolutely would watch the second one. The gore doesn't bother me too much, just because you're right. It's kind of it's its own little thing, and then I'm pretty desensitized on the whole like blatantly obvious gore. Now, if there were puppies or dogs in there or animals, pretty much of any kind, I would definitely not watch it. But for some reason with humans, I'm like,
yeah, they had it coming.
They deserve it.
yeah. But like I said, blatantly obvious, and I'm like, well, it's whatever. But I definitely now I want to see a second episode because I want to know where it's going. There's a very good chance that after the second episode, I may not watch it because I may be like, nah, this is definitely a vibe that I'm not feeling. But I don't know. We'll just have to see. And yep, it's on my list now.
Nice.
Go Netflix.
Okay.
Real.
So Kelly, you are going to have to tell us, from my perspective, if it gets better, from Michael's perspective, if it stayed great, because I'm not watching it.
Oh, tell us how you really feel.
I mean, I didn't mind it. I thought it was fine. And I think that if it were on, I'm sure there are going to be some enjoyable parts to it starting in the second episode. I think I will personally like it a lot more starting in the second episode than the first episode, but it didn't hook me. I knew there was going to be a twist at the end. There always is, and I was waiting for it. I was thinking maybe it was going to be the next game, but then you feel like there's going to be 6 games and they have 9 episodes. So does that mean there are going to be some episodes that have no games at all? And then I'm like, whoa, that's going to be a toughie. Probably. So anyway, no, I wouldn't. If it were on, I'd watch it. I don't think the gore was, it was just Squib game. Anyway.
Squidward games.
Yeah, so that's it. Everybody at home, if you'd like us to review a show, just tell us in the description box below. Sorry, that's where we're going to include Kelly's links in the description box below. Tell us in the comments section below WTF and whatever show you'd like us to review. This was the Halloween special, so we may or may not wear, crazy cosplay and outfits. Kelly might, because she's way cooler and more creative than we are, and she's great at it. Ugh, good stuff.
I always pirate it at the end. I don't care what I am. And I'm like, you're not pirate this time, Kelly. Quit it.
It's okay. Go with it.
Pirate Red Riding Hood.
We'll have you back for, oh, wait. No, that already passed. September 19th, Talk Like a Pirate Day, but that just happened. So, oh, well.
Well, there's always next year.
Yeah. Anyway.
Ooh, wait. I have one joke for you. It's a pirate joke. Everyone probably.
Okay.
Since I live in Iowa, right now, I want to tell you or ask you, how much do pirates charge for corn?
Okay, hang on. Oh, yeah, we know this one. Of course.
Michael,
you got it. It's like the football team. Mike, you got it, right?
I know.
Okay.
But I want her to say it.
Okay.
How much? I don't even know.
A buccaneer.
Oh, you did it.
I think that's like a Halloween joke that Darth told us once, where a kid was dressed like a pirate and he goes trick or treat, and the little girl or the lady says, "Oh, little boy, oh, you're such a scary pirate, but where are your buccaneers?" And he says, "Under my bucking hat. Now give me some candy."
That's a good one.
That's the same punchline for how much does a pirate charge for ear piercings?
A buccaneer, yarg.
Oh, I like that one too, but I like the under my bucket.
All right, so everybody in the comments section below, tell us your favorite pirate joke. Keep it clean.
How about this one? Here's a good one. What is a pirate's favorite letter?
R. Come on.
No, wait.
You may think it be R, but the C will always be there first.
A plus. And with that,
keep going. We could just keep going.
Everybody at home, please be sure to share this, give this video a like, subscribe, tell us what you want us to review, and have a great day. Go party and have fun. Be nice to each other, for God's sakes. Enough with the rudeness. Go be nice. Give each other candy and treats and stuff.
And don't take money without knowing what you're getting it for.
Yeah.
I mean,
very excellent point. Yeah.
I mean, I can't get behind that. Anyway, I think that's it, right, Michael? Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that this podcast, boy, oh boy, was fun.
This podcast was just like Boy Scout camping. Intense. Also.
This podcast was fun, riveting, but did not have a squid either.
Oh.
But that's okay.
So everybody at home, check out Kelly, on social media, wherever you want. She's awesome. She's rad. She's coming back to LA eventually. And always remember what Michael Kenyon Rosenberg likes to say.
Don't forget to register to be an organ donor at Donate Life America. And don't forget to watch the first of things. The
Freeze
end.
frame. Yar.
No, we don't ever. He keeps trying to say that we freeze frame,
Yar.
but we don't freeze frame. I just keep things moving.
Yar. And one year we were all a group of 6 wizards. Yar.
Yeah, and then another year we're all like Star Wars people.
Oh, that was a fun one too.